This is the Sunreef 80 Eco Power, and it is a pretty unique proposition. This motor yacht has no engines, only electric motors and range extenders. It is also absolutely dripping in solar panels. So is this the future of multi-hull power generation? Let's find out, shall we? In this full tour, we're going to talk all about that and also give you a full walk round of the decks and interior. I'm Jack Haines. Welcome to YachtBuyer.
Before we get into it though, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, and you'll never miss another tour like this one.
Let's talk about Sol, because the sun and the energy it provides is so important to the concept of the 80 Eco Power. This boat is covered in 200 meters squared of solar panels, both on the flat surface on top and also glassed in to the sides of the hull, so it can harness the sun's energy from above and also reflected energy off the surface of the water. It doesn't have engines. It has nearly a megawatt of battery capacity on board and 2 electric motors in each hull. So there isn't any traditional engine at all. Those generators are just there to act as a range extender. The idea being that you can cruise the yacht and also run the hotel side off the battery bank using the sun's energy to power them. And you should be able to, in peak conditions, cruise silently at 6 knots for 100 to 150 nautical miles. So you're getting that sailing boat experience with motor yacht design. Let's start back here at the waterline, because this is a unique space. You've got the ends of the 2 hulls, but then you've got this huge platform here on the 80. And not only is this a way into the water, it drops right down into the water if you want to go swimming, but it also raises up to deck level. And it's also where you would mount and launch the tender. But that's not all, because you've also got space within that module there for a 3-person jet ski or 3 sea bobs. So there's a huge amount of space tucked away very neatly in that section over there. Heading up into the cockpit, this is where you are really confronted with the sheer width of this yacht. It's got a 12-meter, nearly 40-foot beam, and you feel every inch of that inside this cockpit, which has a really nice split of dining space, a sort of formal dining area, beautifully set up by the crew at the moment, and sunbathing space. So these backrests all drop down, go flush with these, and you have a big sun pad on the boat, and then a nice day bed over on the starboard side, which is always there. Nice place to chill out with a bit of protection when the boat is moving along, watching the wake peeling out over the stern, completely silently, may I add. Let's head into the saloon then, because I think it's really important to show how this main deck area fits together. It's a really crucial part of the design of the boat. The other thing that's crucial to the design of Sunreefs is how bespoke they are. You can have whatever you want when it comes to layout, when it comes to finishes, furniture. It's totally bespoke. You start with a blank piece of paper and you design the yacht however you want it. So if you want the galley back there or in a hull, you can do that. This boat has got an interesting layout because it has a crew galley on the lower deck, but it also has a galley up here as well, a more sociable sort of owner's galley, so you can serve guests yourself. And it's a fabulous layout because it is so sociable. You've got the bar mounted here in the middle with the television that pops out from within it. You've got the galley section here with cooling space, sink, storage for your drinks and things like that in here, and loads of storage down this side, and lots of comfortable seating areas on both sides. A mix of fixed sofas, and you have a dinette on the port side, and then this freestanding area in the middle, which gives that sort of lounge vibe. Works very nicely. Huge amounts of glass in here as well. The views out are fantastic. The levels of natural light are also excellent. And you have enough space for a good lower helm station down here, which works really well. Of course, most of the time, you're going to want to be driving from upstairs, but there will be occasions where you want the protection of the lower helm, night passages, things like that. It would be better to be down here. So you have typical setup, despite the fact that this boat is controlled in a very different way with its energy system and its propulsion. You have a pair of throttles, you have a steering wheel, and you have your traditional Raymarine navigation. And then, of course, you have the digital switching, which is important because that is showing you how the boat is using all of its energy. But one of the coolest features on this part of the yacht is the way that you get out directly onto the foredeck. You've got this lovely, substantial door here, pings open at the touch of a button. You can see the mechanism there. It's really beautifully engineered. And that means you have direct access without having to go round and up the side decks onto the foredeck. Yeah, this is the place you want to be in the blazing Florida sunshine. This feels like the real party zone. You've got huge amounts of sunbathing space here, pop-up headrests so you can make them a bit more comfortable if you want to, and a real super yacht touch, which is the hot tub. Fill that up, jump in, and you've got fantastic views here out over the water. This would be the place to be. And it's not just sunbathing space either. You've got a dine up here too. So if you want to have a snack or some drinks up here, you've got the perfect place to do that. It's got big outdoor living spaces, this boat. This is a really impressive one, as is the Flybridge. So let's head up there. Up to the Flybridge then, and this is a really important space on this yacht because it's another area where you feel the benefit of that enormous beam. It is absolutely vast up here, and it's one of those boats that's quite difficult to review because everything is bespoke. So you may not like this particular layout, but any owner can have whatever layout they want, and this is just the particular configuration that this particular owner on hull number 3 has gone for. But it works pretty well because you've got a lovely mix of just fixed sunbathing space aft with adjustable headrests, bit of storage underneath there as well, and then you've got more sort of beach club vibe amidships here. We have the freestanding furniture, sort of fixed dinettes over here with adjustable tables, and then the bar area, which is tucked over there in the corner. That's the servery, and then you have a bar right in the middle here behind the helm. And this is a great place to draw up when the boat's stationary, but also when it's moving along, bearing in mind top speed's 14 knots, you're going to cruise at 6 to 10 knots. So you're not charging along on this thing. So you could draw up on passage with a drink, sit here with a great view forward, skipper in front of you. Really nice place to sit and while away the hours. And actually the helm station is well designed too. It's 3-person, central seat for the skipper who sits on the centerline as well. So they've got a great all-round view, and it's flanked by seating too. You know, this is a long distance cruising yacht, so people will want to come up and enjoy the passage. And this is a great place to do that from. Last to talk about is the hardtop, because it's absolutely huge and it's a key part of the boat design. Not only stylistically, it's where the most powerful solar panels are. So of course you don't get a sunroof, but they need to use that real estate to harness all of that lovely free solar energy. It's a very impressive living space up here, as is the interior. So let's head down there now. Now, as I may have mentioned, this boat is bespoke, and of course that extends to the cabin arrangements. This boat has a 4-cabin layout, but if you want to change the design down here, you can. You could have this entire section all for the owner's stateroom if you wanted. As it stands, this cabin shares a hull with another guest cabin, which we'll have a look at in a moment. But it's not a bad space for the owner down here. It is spacious. I mean, above my head, around the bed, there is plenty of room to move around. Lots of storage as well, and some nice detailing. The fact that you've got phone chargers, wireless phone chargers built in to the bedside tables, repeaters for the lighting as well, so you can control all of that from bed. And I love the way that this big window is at the same level as the bed, so you have lovely views out when you are clear of a boat show. And of course, a nice stateroom needs to have a nice bathroom, and it does. The finish in here is lovely, feels very high end. There's enough space for a good separate shower cubicle. You can get a sense of the headroom in here as well. It's the same throughout. And they've used a pocket door so that it's not gobbling up space in here. Really sensible bit of design. And if we head forward, as I said, we find the first of the guest cabins. It's not quite as large as the owner's stateroom, but it's still a really good sized double cabin with a nice big double berth and plenty of space to move around it. Headroom excellent throughout, and importantly it has that same effect of the bed at the same level as these windows. These really striking triplet of windows with an opening section in the middle, drawing loads of natural light and give you a nice view from bed as well. Underneath there's storage all the way along, and talking of storage, this is a really good addition. You've got a semi walk-in wardrobe with plenty of hanging space and shelving. Really good use of space, that. And I should also point out that every cabin has got its own dedicated climate control, so you can set the climate however you want it in your cabin. Privacy is excellent on this yacht. Every single cabin has got its own bathroom, so it's a very good charter layout. This one is no different. Nice separate ensuite with enough space for a separate shower cubicle. And if we head over the saloon, we can go and find the other 2 guest cabins. One of the unique things about life on board a multi-hull is the way that the cabin spaces are separated by this big central living area. So the layout is almost mirrored here on the port side. And if we head forward, we have a very similar cabin to the one we've just seen over on the starboard side. So you get the same really nice big double bed, beautiful finish in here, as it is with the other cabins, and all the usual stuff, the repeaters, the lighting, it's all very similar. Even the fact that it's set at the same level, so you get the benefit of those lovely windows. Separate bathroom in here, of course. And if we head amidships, we have the final guest stateroom here. It's not quite as large as the owner's one because you have the crew galley on this side, so that's gobbling up some space in this hull. But this would be your VIP cabin. It's another really nicely executed space. Everything's slightly bigger, a bit more storage, a bit more floor space, a slightly larger bathroom. This is the one where your favourite guests would be. Now, talking of the crew galley, let's go and have a look at that now. Access to the crew areas on board this yacht are here in the cockpit. On the starboard side, there's access down to the crew sleeping space, which unfortunately we can't look inside because the crew are living on board at the moment. And we also can't see the engine room, unfortunately. Understandably, they don't want us in there because there's lots of technical kit that they don't want their rivals seeing. But where we can look inside is the crew galley space. So let's head down there. Now, this is interesting to me because you have a good galley on the main deck, as we've already seen, but this is a far more professional operation. This is where, if the chef is on board, where they'll be doing their cooking. And it's a really good space. It's large, it's well kitted out, and actually it's finished to a similar standard as upstairs. Yes, it may be a crew space, but you still get this nice effect here on the fascias, nice worktops, lovely high quality flooring underneath. It still feels like a quality living space, even though generally it's only going to be used by crew. Big sink area over here with a nice view out, again from those triple windows, and loads of cooling space behind to supplement the stuff on the main deck. Thanks very much for watching that tour of the Sunreef 80 Eco Power. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do give the video a like and let me know what you think about this yacht in the comments. Do you think this is the future of powering multi-hulls? I'll be interested to know your thoughts, so let me know below. And if you like power cut content, we've got more of that for you. We've got a test of the Prestige M8 if you click up here. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can click up here. I'm Jack Haines. You've been watching YachtBuyer. I'll see you on the next one.